Almost 2 months have passed since Kate Middleton was operated on, and since then she has not appeared either in public or in the media. Buckingham Palace has apparently taken a vow of silence regarding the matter, causing excitement and anxiety among sentimental Britons. Residents of Foggy Albion hope that after returning from the hospital, the princess, in her usual manner, would write words of gratitude in response to good wishes. But Kate Middleton continued to remain in the shadow of the events of recent months, and because of this, some of her fans began to turn into conspiracy theorists. Everyone is used to the princess responding warmly to kind words addressed to her and to wishes, trying to answer every fan. Today this is not the case. There is complete silence and it looks very, very strange. Journalists from leading British publications are sounding the alarm. Fans suspect that members of the royal family have deliberately shrouded the Princess of Wales's condition in secrecy. They want to know what's really going on with Kate, and I think they have every right to do so. Kate Middleton's operation was performed at the private King Edward VII Hospital, and the post-operative period took almost 2 weeks. Some doctors suggest that the disease could have developed due to the princess's passion for dieting. Turns out she was obsessed with losing weight. The woman's height is 175 centimeters, while her weight barely reaches 48 kilograms, a little more and you can meet anorexia on the threshold. Excessive thinness did not allow the princess to give birth to her third child naturally. Obstetricians had to resort to a caesarean section. The British are soon expecting the first public appearance of their favourite after a long disappearance due to a mysterious illness. It is unknown what psychological state she is in. Will she cope with emotions after such a long isolation? In about a month and a half, somewhere in mid-April, Kate Middleton returns to fulfill her duties as a princess, and what awaits her will be more like hell, but not heaven. Daniela Elzar, a journalist from the country of kangaroos, shares her expectations. Her return to work will most likely take place closer to April 17th, after the end of the Easter holidays. The last time Kate appeared in public was on December 25th last year, when fans and passers-by saw the procession of the princess and other royals to the Christmas service. In January, official information appeared from Kensington Palace that the princess was admitted to the hospital for a planned operation. 2 weeks later, Middleton was already home. The first days, or even weeks, after sick leave will be a real test for the princess. The first surprise for her was the forced departure from the royal family of Prince Andrew, due to connections with the notorious American financier Jeffrey Epstein. Netflix made an interesting movie about the Duke of York and his fall from grace on television in 2019. The premiere of the film, Sensation, is scheduled for April 5, 2024. The scandalous situation with Prince Andrew has already been forgotten by many, and then Netflix appears on the scene with a convincing adaptation of one of the dirtiest chapters of royal history. In May, Prince Harry is scheduled to visit from sunny California to rainy Britain. The Duke of Sussex is going to attend a service at St. Paul's Cathedral, where the 10th anniversary of the Invictus Games, which he initiated in 2014, will be celebrated. Prince Harry's reputation has long been damaged, and he is deprived of popular love, but neither the first nor the second prevents him from attracting a lot of attention to his person. Many are expecting a bright and spectacular return from the Princess of Wales. She usually acts confident in public, but it looks like this time will be different. Prince Andrew has recently begun to show great interest in himself, and the Duke of Sussex's visit to the UK is just around the corner. This is how some journalists look at this situation. But not everything is so simple. All the British and world media have been waiting for a meeting with the princess for a long time. And the interest in the film masterpiece dedicated to Prince Andrew, and the announced visit of Prince Harry to his homeland looks somehow unnatural and feigned. Of course, it will be difficult for the princess to appear in public after her experience from a moral point of view. An insignificant detail, every step and movement of the paparazzi and journalists will be interpreted in their own way, at a loss as to what operation was performed on the royal person. Charles III returned to the capital of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland to continue his fight against cancer. The monarch was diagnosed with a terrible illness quite recently, and Buckingham Palace continues to express words of gratitude to everyone who sincerely worries about the king. The tabloid press works day and night, it only dreams of rest, publishing photographs of the main UK couple online. This increased activity contributed to the birth of gossip and rumours, saying that all the noise around the king was more like a distraction. Thus, public interest in Kate Middleton is artificially reduced. And really, where did the Princess of Wales go? Let's try to solve this puzzle together. Kate Middleton is not inferior in popularity to Princess Diana. The British people love her very much and are not ready to endure another untimely death of the princess. These worries are completely justified, because Kate has not appeared in public for almost 2 months. During this entire exciting period, the Royal Press Service limited itself to publishing only 2 news: the princess's hospitalization for a planned operation and the return of the people's favorite to the royal chambers. British analysts paint the most bleak pictures in their imaginations due to the attitude of members of the royal family towards the princess's illness. Listening to them, one can conclude that 42-year-old Kate is jealous of the health of 75-year-old Charles III, who, in addition to prostate inflammation, was also diagnosed with cancer. The king never disappeared from the media space, he always remained in sight, before hospitalization and after discharge. The princess is a completely different story, she is hidden more securely than Koschei's death. The Royal Press Office reminds reporters that concerns about the princess's health are not their concern. People don't know Kate's condition, while the health of Charles III is covered in great detail, complains British journalist Camilla Tominey. The monarch returned from the clinic to his palace without outside help. How the princess did it remains a mystery. British paparazzi are famous for their persistence, and their round-the-clock duty near the hospital is regarded by society as a given. The photographers managed to find out that during the entire time the princess was in the hospital, her husband visited her only once. For comparison, Queen Camilla's visits to her husband's hospital room were daily, although he stayed there for only 3 days. It is interesting that no one visited the princess at all. The absence of the closest people at the princess's hospital bed led analysts to believe that the operation was difficult, and Kate herself was in a coma. The British press, after information about the princess's coma, received clear instructions to refute the rumors. True, the palace never provided facts that could prove otherwise. The most famous children's writers could envy the journalists' fantasies. Some claimed that they personally saw the royal person in a hospital ward. When the princess was in the hospital, I also went to a scheduled appointment with the doctor. I saw Prince William in the hospital corridor, he walked right next to me. There is no doubt that he was in a hurry to see his wife, writes British journalist Rebecca English. Some media outlets began to publish information that Middleton communicates with her children via video link and performs the duties of a princess in a similar format. Such performance without hard evidence is not taken seriously by the British public. And rehabilitation in the Adelaide mansion, according to network users, is an ineffective procedure.